Hey yo, what's good, y'all? It's that boy, Easy Millions, and I'm your host of That Boy ETV. You already know, man, we are back on Mecha break. And finally, man, I'm not gonna lie, I've been trying to get on here because everyone's telling me make sure you get on the weekends and make sure you play in the evening so you can get games. But this was my birthday weekend. Not only that, but we had Call of Duty Black Ops 7 drop. We had the new season of Marvel Rivals drop. And I'm also playing 2K with the homies, man. So y'all know, if y'all follow my whole page, I play multiple games. But you know I got love for this game here. And finally, man, I'm in Grandmaster. And any time I queue up now, I am actually playing against people, man. So I was able to get in about, I think, 4 games. And I only had an average of about 5-minute queue times once it was in the evening, man. So as far as the whole players not being around and the 20-minute queue times that I talked about in my previous video, like you guys told me in the comments, and I appreciate y'all, man. This Mecha Break community is very, very, I can't even put it in words, man, but you guys have been great to me, and I appreciate y'all, man. But y'all all right. Playing on the weekends, playing in the evening, that is the time. So what is it that I got to say about playing with people, man? First thing I got to say is, like I said, 5-minute queue times, I don't think that's pretty bad. But again, I am going to say this. The fact that you have to grind all the way to Grandmaster just to start playing people, I think is a disservice, not only to the game itself, but to the players. Why do I say this? Because my first game against users, I already felt that the game played extremely different. How can I say this? Let's talk about snipers. Again, I used to complain about snipers and how OP I felt they were and overpowered. But when I played against users, I did see a couple people playing sniper in the user games. But guess what? They weren't hitting shots as well. Like, I was able to push them. I was able to come up and get them. Now, if they're sitting on the other side of the map and just being able to do their thing, then yeah, they shoot pretty much like the bot does. But in reality, they are not out here shooting the same way that bots were. And I kind of predicted that bots would just have better aim than the average user, especially since, again, you're moving around so much in this game. So sniping is definitely the first one of the things I noticed, but the main one is going to be with these melee characters, man. Now, when I played against bots, if I got boxed up by a Welkin, I pretty much got done up instantly. Was I able to dodge the bot Welkin? Yeah, I was, but for the most part, if that motherfucker boxed me up, I'm done, so man, getting the hands put on me. But when I'm playing against users, I got boxed up multiple times by user Welkins, and they weren't able to really touch me. Probably because, like I said, when it's bots are able to track you a lot faster, a lot easier than users can. Users got to literally move their screens around. There's user error when it comes to doing a move and not being fully locked in, unlike how I feel there is with the bots. I feel like when you have the bots, pretty much they're always on point with their attacks and things of that nature, man. So that's one of the main things right there, man. But again, I'm just happy to finally be in these damn Grandmaster ranks, man. Now, the thing I'm going to say is, again, outside of the game feeling different, the one thing I am going to say is TDM. So TDM, as you can see in the background, is one of the game modes I primarily was put in. Now, when you're playing TDM, I know a lot of people don't particularly care for it. I don't either, because I don't really see the point in TDM when you have 3v3 arena and that game mode has a ranked version itself. I think TDM should just stay over there if you want to do that. But anyway, if you are playing TDM, a good suggestion I can give you, or a tip that I can give you that I noticed myself, is going to be throughout the game, your teammates are going to ping and mark enemies. You're going to see little targets above your enemies. You'll probably see it throughout the gameplay here in the background. You'll see little targets. When that happens, you should definitely make sure to take out the time and focus and go after that person. Because usually what that means is that's usually your teammate letting you know, hey, we have a weak person over here. Let's go ahead and target him and get him up out of here. The better team coordination that you have, the better it'll be as a whole. So make sure you're paying attention to that. That's one thing, because I hate TDM. I'm not even gonna say I hate TDM in Operation Verge rank, just because I feel like, again, if you have 3v3 Ace Arena, I don't see why you need TDM in Operation Verge. But since it is in there. Again, if the best way and is to do this is again to be coordinated with your team. Once again, I told you that the game feels different with users. Every single user game, I pretty much had at least one person coming on the mic making some type of call outs. A lot of the times it was the support player, like Illumine or something like that. And they were saying things like, hey, let's all squad up on, I think one of the game was a hurricane. And he was like, hey, let's all squad up on the hurricane and stick together in this TDM. That's the only way we're going to win this. At this gameplay here in the end, if for some reason I'm not done with the commentary and you're not able to hear it, but the guy came on the mic and was like, hey, Alfred, we don't want you to lose. I'm over here flying around trying to make sure I don't die because I know my health is low. So I'm doing everything I can to avoid death. And he comes on, he's like, hey, man, we need you not to die. You're flying everywhere but to me. So then I stop and I realize he's been chasing me the whole time. So again, being able to talk to your teammates, and so far, all of y'all support people that I've met in users, y'all are real MVPs, man. Big ups to all the support players that play in user lobbies, because so far y'all are some champs. Like, y'all are water running around chasing after us, and I can only imagine how it feels. I play support in Marvel Rivals, and I know how it feels to have to go and chase around folks. So, again, I apologize. I'm just now getting into Grandmasters. This is my first time playing with y'all, and I got to get used to playing with users. The other thing I'm going to say I noticed that's kind of different is it was hard for me to get kills. Probably because, again, the enemy team, like your team, is more grouped up more often than not. They're communicating. Usually if like someone got weak, instantly I got attacked by somebody else. Or for the most part, like I said, the team was grouped up. And it's just a completely different game. Like when you play against bots, you can kind of like, they do certain things and it's more of a clusterfuck in my opinion. But with users, like, and what I mean by clusterfuck is this. So TDM, I was going to actually do a different TDM in the background until I won this game here. And that TDM was actually a previous gameplay, but it had bots. That game lasted 6 minutes, okay, with bots. That's how fast TDM game modes go. Now, I feel like I might actually find that I actually like TDM in Operation Verge now that I'm playing with actual people and not just bots. Because, again, like I said, in multiple gameplays, there would be times where I would die once, and when I die once, the round is over. So that means my whole team has died. You know what I'm saying? But when I play with users, the game went from 6 minutes to 15 minutes. Like the game, the amount of time we spend in the game is doubled with users, and it's probably because, just like I said, everyone is sticking together. Everyone is having each other's backs. It's not usually anything like this. But again, it was hard for me to get kills, and I think that one of the reasons for that, again, is because we all stick together. Another thing I've noticed is I now am trying and learning to compare myself and my Alfred to other folks. What's interesting is every game that I played, I had never had to switch off Alfred. I was able to play him the entire time. I pretty much only want to play Alfred unless I'm playing Stego, and I will play Stego if need be, or if I see a game mode where we need an ultra heavy and we don't have one, then I will start switching now that it's users, and I can actually get on the mic and say, hey, I need help with some of these melees, yada, yada, yada. But I now am able to compare my Alfred play against other users. And I'm not going to lie, right now I've noticed I'm about 100k damage off what I've noticed. Either I'm playing against good Alfreds, or I'm not understanding certain things that these people are that allows them to get a little bit more damage. Like, I would say I get around 200 to 250 bare minimum, but usually the other Alfreds, if I didn't outdo them, it was either I matched them or they did more than me. Now, I think it might have to do with they probably, like I said, they've probably been up in these ranks a lot longer than I have. They understand things a little bit better. I still need to learn. I'm still in here learning. So anyone that does play Alfred that's watching one of these videos, any tips and tricks that you can give me, anything that you see in the gameplay that I can work on, please let me know down in the comments, because as always, I'm just trying to get better at the game. I enjoy the game, and I'd rather play it at the highest level, which is why I actually play this. And it's crazy because, I was talking to my homeboy who actually started the game with me but stopped playing because he never wanted to take the game seriously as, like, ranked. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't 100% take the game seriously. I get on, I play ranked, and I happen to be, get high, win a lot of games. So I was like, well, shit, I'm just going to keep playing it. And I pretty much treat it like pubs. You know what I'm saying? It's just I don't want to have to play bots most of the time. But with that, he was saying, with the game being in the competitive state that it's in, And I'm not going to lie, I do feel like now I'm going to probably really get the experience of Mecha Break and how it's played. And hopefully with this, I'm able to, fall in love even more with the game and everything that has to deal with it. But so far, so good, man. Now, the last thing I want to talk about before I get up here is actually pretty interesting, but does anyone know what happened to Poseidon Armory? I feel like I have not played this map in forever. Now, don't get me wrong. It is a domination map, which we need, and we also need another dismantle game mode map. We need another dismantle game mode map, and where the hell is Poseidon Armory? Because I have not played that shit in forever, and like I said, don't get me wrong, it's not my favorite map. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but hey, I'd rather have as many maps as possible just so the game feels like something new every time you load up. I'm tired of playing the same maps over and over, and that was the new map that was added, and now I don't see it at all. So it's just kind of weird. And I don't remember them saying they were getting rid of it. And then as I was playing, I also noticed that Stella Observatory is the only dismantle game mode map. So hopefully in the next seasonal update, when we get our 2 new mechs, they bring in the next map, which is dismantle, and they give us a new map for that game mode, because I actually find that to be my favorite game mode for this. And I feel like that's the game mode that truly shows off Mecha Break to its fullest, man. So I hope that's the next game mode. I hope we get that with the next big update when we get the next 2 mechs, man. But let me know how y'all feel, man. Hey, are y'all in Grandmaster and above? And if you are, once you hit Grandmaster, did you also notice a change? And what changes did you notice and pointed out and stuck out the most to you, man? And also, do y'all know what happened to Poseidon Armory? And do y'all also want another dismantle game mode map that we can have into the game, man? Let me know down in them comments, and let's get the conversation started, man. But until then, I'm going to leave y'all off with the rest of this gameplay here in the background, and I hope y'all enjoy that, man. But as always, please like, comment, subscribe, follow, share, become a supporter, and catch me streaming on Facebook Gaming and Twitch at that boy ETV. Now, catch y'all on the next one. I'm out. Peace. There we go. Oh, looks like I might actually have my first win in Grandmaster. And then, you know what happened. I came in, lost the first 2 games, got put right back in box. Luckily, I was able to win that game. Didn't have to sit there too long.
Elise's hidden the front line. Stellaris sneaking up for a backline ambush.
Stellaris is on the run like crazy. We need Alfred to not die because we will lose. Alfred, I'm gonna get you, but you're flying every direction but where I am.
Where are you, bro? I think it's still ours.
Let's go.
That this dude was like, we need Alfred not to die so we don't lose. I'm over here trying to stay the fuck alive. He's like, you flying everywhere but to me. I'm like, I don't even know where the fuck you at, though. My ass is trying to stay alive, nigga. Shit. Had to chase Cell down a second time. Got him with 5 seconds left.